Yo, what up guys? This is Juan from Inline Warehouse and welcome to this edition of Frankenboots. Today we're Frankenbooting the SK1. Alright, so basically Valos are probably one of the most popular skates out there. Proven sole system, they look really cool, they got a great team, and overall the skate performs really, really well. I've skated a couple pairs of Valos back in the day. I haven't really been on a pair in about a year or so, but the SK1s came out and I thought they were super sweet looking, so I had to get a pair and customize them out. Now one of the main things that kind of bugs me about the Valo skate is that the entire inner construction of the boot is skatable. So you can literally take the skin off and just put it on the sole plates and you can skate it. I strongly believe that skin boots should really incorporate the skin and the boot so they can't work without each other. And that's how basically you're gonna save weight and make the skate feel more as one. So let me show you what I've done in the past. This is the inner boot of my old Valo, and as you can see, I pretty much annihilated it. I was pretty much on a mission to make it as lightweight as possible. And some of my experiments actually went bad. One of the things I did is I actually cut too much material off the top, made it a little bit too wide. And I did that because I wanted to run laces through it, because that would give you a more customized fit, to be able to set your laces up to fit your foot and then not really have to mess with them afterwards, I mean. And that actually worked pretty good, but like I said, I took a little too much material off, and then I tried doing like a flex spot here where I cut a slit in there, as hoping to give it a little more flex here in the forefoot, but I ended up losing support with that, so that was not a good idea. And then drilling it out saved some weight, but you know, it really didn't save as much weight as I thought. So let me show you what my current one looks like. It's much cleaner. It looks like I did a lot less, but in actuality I did more in certain places and less in others, so it's more supportive, but it's as light as it could possibly be at this point. The first thing I did is I widened out the top of the forefoot. As many of you know, I have a kind of a wider foot, and I definitely like the top of my skates to feel like a shoe, like nice and wide. Next thing I did is I cut off the toes, give me a little more breathing room up here, and then I cut the heels out as well. And mainly I did this just to save weight. I tried to cut away as much material as I could to save weight. Next thing I did is I cut the cuff down, kind of made a V, but not a full-on V like a Rems or something like that, but just enough to give me freedom of feet. And obviously the next thing I did is I took out the stock liner and put it in my Jug Argyle liner. Not a super big fan of these liners. I know they're really comfy right at first and they look cool and whatnot, but I'm just not, you know, they just don't do it for me. So take those right out, put my Jug liners in, and we're stoked. Next thing I did is I took the Soleplate Midsole and I attached it to the bottom of the boot. So I put them together and basically drilled out holes all the way throughout the bottom of the skate. There's some newer skate designs out there that actually took away the entire bottom part of the skate and incorporated it with the Soleplate. It saves a bunch of weight. So basically took that idea and tried to do the best I could with it. And it actually helped out quite a bit because both these plastics are actually really, really thick. And then under the Soleplate, as always, I got my Yoga mat shock absorber, and that just fits right in like so. So basically when it's all said and done, I actually took off over ½ a pound per skate. So the stock SK1 weighed in at 4.75 pounds, and this skate right here that you're looking at weighs in at 4.15 pounds. So that's a huge difference, and now this Valo is actually one of the lightest skates out there. So there's no reason why you can't make your Valo skate really, really light. One other thing that kind of bugs me about the skate, it's not a huge deal, but after riding different skates with like a thinner base plate and sole plate situation, is that these feel like you're kind of riding up a bit high. So I'm having to get used to that again, but it's not a super big deal. So yeah, that was pretty much it. You know, I actually did spend some time on these skates and really tried to lighten them up, and I think I did a pretty good job. They still feel really supportive, they're light, but just real quick, my setup, like I said, I put the Jug liner in, I got these pink prototype iDub laces, never rocked the pink before, but with the Turks, looking pretty sweet. Got the Featherlight frame. If you want a light setup, dude, get the Featherlight frame, the ground control. This is an amazing frame and super lightweight. And of course, as always, eulogy wheels and crap bearings. Finish out the skate. All right, so that was pretty much this edition of Frankenboots with the Valo SK1. Overall, I think this is a great skate on a great platform. It's pretty awesome, and arguably the best looking skates out there. I mean, Valo, one thing for sure is styling. They always look really, really cool. So yeah, but just to recap, you know, I cut out some of the top of the forefoot, cut off the toes, cut out the heels, drilled out the bottom of the boot and the sole plate, saved some weight. The weight reduction was considerable. They feel great on my feet. Definitely enjoyed skating on them. So yeah, that was this edition of Frankenboots. Thanks for checking this out, and we'll check you out next time.